Are you and stress best friends yet? If not, my goal is to make you best friends, or at least not enemies, by the end of this video. To get future goodness, be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified of new videos. I'm Alicia Decker, founder of Mended Light. As I was saying, stress can be your best friend. Now, hear me out. Stress is a hormonal response from your body. This response starts in the part of your brain called the hypothalamus. When you're stressed, your hypothalamus sends a signal through your nervous system to your kidneys. Your kidneys, in turn, release stress hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol. Stress can be your friend, like your home security system is your friend. It is there to warn you when something is out of balance or not right. It quite often starts out in quiet, non-aggressive ways and can turn into full-fledged panic attacks and anxiety when something is really out of balance. Suddenly, one day, you wake up to your fire alarm system going off and you have no idea why, because the stress has built and built and built until you can no longer ignore it and you don't know what to do with it. Do you experience stress in your life? We all do, right? Comment below on what kinds of things stress you out the most. It's not likely a question of if you get stressed, but to what extent and how do you manage it? Today, we're talking about the 3 myths and tips to manage stress. Myth number 1, stress comes from having too much to do. Truth, stress comes from having too little joy. It comes from being out of alignment with your passions, purpose, and mission. I believe everyone has their passions for a reason that lead to your life purpose, that lead to your life mission. We all have the ability to bless the world around us for good. We all have the opportunity to be the change we want to see in the world. What happens when we forget that? What happens when we forget the things that light our soul on fire? We forget who we are and what we are meant to do. It reminds me of a saying by the Dalai Lama. The world doesn't need more successful people. The world desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of all kind. What can you do today to be a peacemaker, healer, restorer, and to love? What can you do today to bring passion and purpose to your life and your experiences? What can you do to start taking things off your plate that never really belonged and are no longer serving you? What can you do today to create more joy in your world? Myth number 2, stress comes from circumstances I cannot control. Truth, it comes from holding on to or trying to control things we have no control over. It comes from giving away your power, whether this is a relationship, health challenges, financial upheaval, or dozens of other life challenges. You take this experience, event, or person, and you give it your power. What happens when other people or outside circumstances dictate our internal peace and happiness? You become a victim of your circumstances or another person's choices. Now, I don't say this lightly. I've experienced unhealthy marriages, multiple divorces, infidelity, going through physical therapy to walk again, a traumatic brain injury, and severe pregnancy-induced illness, and a myriad of other growth opportunities disguised as really crappy circumstances. And giving away my power is something I still struggle with. What are the signs of giving away your power to a circumstance or a person? Being overwhelmed, wanting to shut down at the mention of the thing or person, avoiding, or the opposite of avoiding, which is attacking, lashing out with rage or anger. When we cannot change our circumstances, we are challenged to change ourselves, and that changes everything. As Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl explained, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. You start to take back your power by choosing your attitude and by recognizing you have choices. First, you have to want to take your power back. If you are someone who has been in a controlling or abusive relationship, this can feel uncomfortable. It can feel unsafe to own your power and to make your own decisions. And sometimes the hell you know is less scary than the unknown. I say all of this with great love and compassion, because often trying to control our life or outcomes comes from a place of not feeling safe. And the obsession with needing to feel safe is a trauma response. To understand more about how trauma affects you, check out video number 2 in our 3-part series on trauma. When it comes to taking back your power, ask yourself each day, who or what am I giving my power to? What's one thing I can do today to take my power back? Our ultimate freedom is the right and power to decide how anybody or anything outside ourselves will affect us. Myth 3. Stress comes from my lack of self-esteem and confidence in myself. Truth. It comes from chasing happiness and trying to earn our worth. I have a truth bomb for you. You have divine infinite worth. You brought it with you. It is innate. There is nothing you can do to diminish your worth or value. I believe each of us has one life lesson we must learn, and that is the knowledge of our innate worth, and to stop attaching our worth to other people or things outside ourselves. Now, we each have different personalities and different things we value. It is human nature to tie our worth to what we value. Some people value social acceptance, while to others, their comfort or the comfort of those they care about is most important. Still, others value achievement, accomplishment, and results, while some value respect and knowledge. When we tie our worth to whether other people like us, or if our loved ones are happy, or to our accomplishments and achievements, or to whether our knowledge is respected, we put obstacles in our way, creating diversions and distractions for our life mission. We become so focused on earning our worth each and every day, it stunts our growth and keeps us from becoming who we really are. What can you do to remind yourself of your innate worth when you feel you're worthless, not good enough, or not valued? Because believe me, some days it is a war. Number 1 is breathing. Remember at the beginning of the video when we talked about how stress hormones are triggered because of the hypothalamus? Breathing slowly and mindfully activates the hypothalamus, connected to the pituitary gland in the brain, to send out neurohormones that stop stress-producing hormones and trigger a relaxation response in the body. Breathing stops stress. Often, in times of stress or anxiety, we hold our breath or have very shallow breathing, both which creates more stress hormones. You can combat this by mindfully breathing with what I like to call a 30-second meditation. You breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, breathe out for 3 seconds, and hold again for 3 seconds, repeating 3 times. This is also known as box breathing. Number 2 of my favorite tools is I am affirmations. When you are struggling to feel your worth, create I am affirmations for everything you would like to feel, but are questioning if you really are. For extra energy, add I declare I am. Place reminders of your affirmations on your bathroom mirror, on the screensaver on your phone, anywhere that you can be reminded multiple times a day. Number 3, meditation. There is a plethora of amazing free meditation apps like Insight Timer, Relax Now, and Mindfulness that are a huge support in managing stress. Some of my favorites are guided meditations on gratitude and loving and listening to yourself. Wherever your stress is coming from, recognize 1, that there is a reason for it. It is trying to tell you something. What is that something? 2, ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today to better support myself? Choose one of the tools we talked about today or something else that helps you when it comes to de-stressing. Share below your favorite de-stressing secrets. Sometimes I even like to buy thrift store plates and smash them, while my kids have mastered the art of screaming into pillows. If you would like to receive all the goodness Mended Light has to offer, please subscribe and click the bell. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember to keep shining. We need your light.